Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? It is day 29 of RPG A Day 2018, and our question or prompt for today is share a friendship you have because of RPGs. In our All for One Regime Diabolique campaign, it's named Lights and Darkness, and that is a very apt name because quite literally these musketeers are points of light in the darkness that is 30 Years' War France, and also an alternate history France where forces of darkness, demonic powers walk among men. And it's interesting, in that game, which is about things like camaraderie and about honor and vows and all that sort of stuff, the bonds that develop between those characters kind of transcend the characters themselves and kind of bleed out into the players. And what's interesting is, in that game, that makes a lot of sense, but I played a lot of other games where, once again, we start to develop bonds with each other as players. And it's not surprising because we experience things. We have this very unique experience. The hobby itself can really kind of provoke some strong emotional reactions, unexpectedly in many cases. We also have this experience where we can experience these moments. It doesn't matter if they're fictional, but they can be very profound, very moving, and we can have that kind of bonding moment there. And so I found that to be, I guess, kind of promoting developing actual friendships. And of course, there's this other area of my life which I'm not going to detail about, but we share a common experience. And with some of those people, I have some of the strongest friendships, the strongest bonds and connections I have with other people. I identify very strongly with them. And given the nature of our common experience and what we identify over, it's not surprising that these people and I would share some pretty deep connections. However, in role-playing games, even though maybe the connections on the outside aren't so obvious, or that wouldn't foster such strong bonds, we are exploring the human condition from a very unique vantage point. We are, as I said previously, we are kind of experiencing these unusual, these events, these profound and moving events together. It doesn't matter if they're fictional. We are still having a very common experience. We come together as people that maybe are a little bit different. We are kind of like, as Sebastian said, these are my people, the geeks and the nerds. Actually, I linked it to my blog post that I wrote for today. Hopefully I will link it to this video, but I don't think I could say any of this any better than Sebastian did in his video answering yesterday's question. And it's not surprising that he answered yesterday's question in this way, where you're talking about people whose inspiring RPG excellence inspired you. I forget exactly how it was worded, but for me, the people that I mentioned yesterday, well, those are the friendships that I've developed. That's my answer for today as well. So go watch Seb's video. But I'm not going to name them all here and call them out. Although I will mention one person that I didn't mention yesterday. It's Tim Harper, great guy. We haven't had a chance to really game together much. But what happens is we start to become friends. We start to say, we don't just talk about the characters and how what'd you think about this moment and this character, and wasn't this profound and everything, which is all good stuff. But then it becomes, well, hey man, how you doing? We support each other through some of life's tribulations because life is hard, and we can celebrate with each other when some good stuff happens. And in a very real sense, the people that I've met through role-playing games, they're lights and darkness. And I think that's one of the greatest things we can be for each other, because life is hard, and the human condition is the human condition, and we need other people. It doesn't matter if like Seb and I are a little bit introverted. Those human connections are very important, and so I am grateful for the friendships that I've developed through this hobby, because we've had some unique experiences, and we can identify with each other over some things that other people just can't. And I think that's pretty neat. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We're going to talk about what I've learned playing a character and what you've learned. That's a big, huge subject.